use your brain.
Here I am, I guess, backing out to 150 feet, coming back in. And then out to 300 and coming back in. This is approximately the same sort of translation that the folks on the next mission, the Solar Maximum Repair Mission, will be faced with in moving from the orbiter over to the Solar Maximum spacecraft.
It was interesting seeing Bob and Bruce.
The only reference was the pin. This is a little footage from the first EVA that kind of snuck in here in the middle.
Actually, I hate to take issue with Bob, but it's been scientifically determined. And if you look closely, you can see what I mean. That's not black, it's navy blue. And basically are very happy that they function in the manner in which they're intended. Bob has pointed out there is no up and there is no down in space. In the simulators, you can do this same sort of maneuver, even underwater. But when you do, it's still fairly uncomfortable. All the blood rushes to your head because you really are upside down in 1G. And although you can do it, you don't like to fly around upside down for too long. In space, there is none of that feeling of uneasiness. Once you're accustomed to seeing the Earth rushing by at 4 miles per second, and you concentrate on the orbiter and or the spas, your references at hand, you feel quite comfortable flying our MMU should it get lost overboard, and I'll let Vance pick up from there.
Well, the orbiter has this tremendous capability to go over and get something, so we maneuvered this 200,000-pound plus orbiter over to pick up this foot restraint that probably weighed a few pounds. And it was fairly easy to do this, and
as you all know, our altitude was unique for the shuttle program. We went to 330 miles circular orbit. It was truly noticeable. As you all know, our altitude was unique for the shuttle program. We went to 330 miles circular orbit. It was truly noticeable. And in flight day one, including checking out the RMS, which you see us doing here. We do that early in the flight, of course, because if there were failures with the arm, we would have overnight and the next morning to try to figure out what the impact would be on the Hubble Space Telescope deploy operations.
On the EVA.
Early in the morning on flight day 2, which was actually less than 24 hours after launch, we were given go to uncradle the RMS and move it over and grapple the space telescope in the bay, which you see here. We're trying to convey a sense, I think, of how big the space telescope is, and the fact that the aperture door is bright and shiny and it's right in front of the windows, and orbiter's attitude near where it wanted to be while the arm and the telescope were in motion. We had a number of constraints governing how the orbiter
Array booms were folded out 90 degrees, and as you see here, the solar array panels were unrolled. You have to watch very closely because this is a rather slow process, taking on the order of 6 minutes to fully unreel these sets of solar array panels. There are 5 separate solar panel assemblies on each side of the center drum, 2 arrays on the entire telescope. The set that you see here, the plus V2 solar array, deployed very nicely. As I'm sure you're...
That they have on their back that regulate the temperature,
yes,
that allows them to walk on the surface of
yes,
the moon when it's 250 degrees above zero?
Well, the side that's facing the sun is
right,
more than 200 degrees, and in the shadow it drops
250 degrees below, right?
Yeah.
So can it switch back and forth between those two environments?
Yeah, what you need, no, what you just insulate the astronaut's insulated, and so
Right.
when you're insulated, those temperature extremes are not felt, or they're minimized.
And it's regulated by the pack.
Oh
in
yeah,
some sort of way.
yeah.
So
It's a
the
life
pack
support.
goes warm
It's not
or
only
cool.
oxygen and it maintains the temperature.
But
In
it's
the
capable,
face of what's
obviously, of warming and cooling.
In the
right?
face
order
of
to do
what's
that?
going on, it maintains the temperature. That's how you need to think about it.
History, science, education, energy, everything has always been controlled by the government since day one. Radio has been used as propaganda since the day it was invented. You think some independent dude just invented radio and then he started broadcasting like his favorite music and shit and his thoughts? No, it was the government from day one in radio. It was the government in all countries from day one in TV, in the movies. It was all radio, TV, and the movies
Do you
have
remember?
always been about propaganda. Always in every country. It's nothing new. It's old school gangsters. Our country is the most
What does this have
gangster.
to do with? What does this have to do with the world being
No,
flat?
this is how gangster our government is. There was a war on drugs. We started a war on drugs. Turns out we're bringing it in. Then there's a war on terrorism. Turns out we created Al Qaeda. You understand why I'm crazy? I'm crazy because of that shit. I'm like, you could believe that shit. You want to believe that
Okay,
shit?
but the
Good luck,
problem
but I
is,
ain't.